Hey, Kyle Querec here, and today is Gear Day. Yes, we're talking about another compressor. The first compressor we talked about was the Sound of Rock and Roll in episode 1. You can go back and see that, the 1176. Then in episode 5, I believe, was, in my opinion, the greatest tracking compressor of all time, the LA3A. And today is that knock, that bump, that thump, the kick and the snare. It's the DBX 160. Come on. In the year 1971, a company known as DBX would give us this funky box, the 160 compressor limiter. Kick and snare would forever have a smile on their face, as would recording engineers across the globe for decades to come. Some other iterations of this compressor were the stereo version known as the DBX 162. There was also the DBX 161, which I believe was unbalanced, and the 165, which I've always wanted, which featured a peak stop limiter, followed by some of the cheaper versions, the 160X and XT, which you're hearing right now, and then today's modern 160A. There was the flagship behemoth, $3,500, 160 SL, followed by its slightly little brother, the 162 SL. DBX has been very busy. As I said in that last segment, and also in the intro, it's about the knock, the bump, the thump, the kick, and the snare. I know I've said it 26 times already. Can't say it enough. When you hear an original DBX 160 on those two items, it's firm, it's rugged, it does something to the edges of the sound too. Hard to describe. The 1176, which is another great crushing drum compressor, prefer that on overheads. Kick and snares go into the 160. Other applications for the DBX 160, bass for sure. People love it. I like it on more retro-y stuff for sure. For something that's a little more hi-fi, I wouldn't go there. But for like disco or 70s rock or something really fat and gritty, 160 is great. Also, in the software, I use the Waves version. And I'm blown away. I think it sounds amazing. And now I have in my rack too, here, I think I said it before, is I have the DBX 160 XT, which you're hearing right now from this voiceover. I love it for voiceover. And this is crazy to say this, but this DBX 160 XT, which you can get used for about $250, $300, I think I paid $270. This is going to be crazy to say this, but I think it's really true. It can almost come close if you just touch it, like 1, 2, 3 dB, just touch it. A little bit like an LA2A. Just a little bit. It just puts it up front. It's not as smooth. If you hit it hard like an LA2A, you'll kill the signal. It'll sound like garbage. But if you kiss it a little bit, it reminds me of it, just a hair. Call me crazy, curse at me, it's fine. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. The DBX 160. I'm Kyle Querec, music-minded. Have a great day.